Hi all, been asked to make a short video by Mike Merch regarding a Ssto tracking order that I took last year. Company was called Medtronic, they're based in Watford, had a old folding machine and an old mega franking machine. Set a meeting up to have a count review, talk about their usage, have a look at their folder, what they were putting through it, maybe add some intelligence, and it transpired that the folding machine was no longer in use due to moving over to email invoices. Moving on to replacing franking machine, that was pretty straightforward, but whilst I was there I noticed that as we visited the post room, the manager Rob was receiving parcels from couriers that interrupted our talk track. I decided to inquire a little further, open the conversation around those parcels and asking them how often they got them. Relatively small post room, to be fair, not a huge amount of staff on site, but enough to mean that he was logging down the parcels on paper and then either phoning the recipient or creating an email. I spoke to the facilities manager Martin and highlighted that we had something in place, very simple handheld PDA that had a software solution attached to it that was hosted, where we could quite simply scan the existing barcode and send an email trail around saying someone had an item, they come down and sign for it, and just compared that with the reception or Rob who signs for them just as from the couriers that deliver. Martin was incredibly interested in this, thought that it would save a lot of time and it would have a much more efficient process with an audit trail, and I simply tied in with the franking machine in terms of if I could offer you this system and a franking machine to replace the existing folding machine you had that was on a lease but kept the cost relatively similar, would this be something you'd be interested in? Martin asked me to send some information over. This was on a Thursday, and albeit very quickly, by the following Tuesday I had an order signed for Ssto tracking and a new Connect 500 franking machine. I think this can be replicated quite easily, although the sale may be a bit longer in the sales cycle on most cases. Because it was a small organisation with a relatively small influx of parcels and post room, it was really because it was hosted and of a single fee and talking through just one simple PDA that would do the job for them. There was no IT involvement, of course, as we all know, and since the item has been installed, which was the turn of this year, maybe just before, I haven't had a single phone call asking to help with how it works and etc., making it really a plug and play system that you can have confidence will help people. Hopefully we can replicate this up and down the country, and thanks.